Welcome to our podcast. I'm Jess.
Did you forget?
I forgot. Welcome to our podcast. How does it go?
Strong start.
Welcome to our podcast. Right?
You're Jess.
I'm Jess.
I'm Mandy.
And we are drama bonded. And today I'm losing my mind.
Guys, we're like pretty sober right now too.
Yeah, there's no reason for this.
I mean, we are drinking a cocktail, but we just barely started.
Yeah, I can't blame it on drugs or alcohol. It's just me. I think I'm having a day of like, I'm kind of trying to keep myself from disassociating. I start a new job tomorrow and I'm like, I don't know. I'm feeling it. So anyway, my brain is.
Jess's mind is somewhere else.
Yeah.
But we're going to bring her brain back to Big Brother.
Oh my God. It is finale night.
It is finale night.
We're podcasting before it starts.
And we have cocktails, we have candy, Jess made cookies.
We're going to have pretzel dogs.
Saul made pretzel dogs in honor of Keanu's butler hors d'oeuvres.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so good, guys.
We're living it up.
Yep.
The feeds wrapped up today and it like choked me up a little bit. I was like, dang, we're done. The season is done. But before we get into it, we've got a fall candy review.
Candy reviews with Mandy and Jess.
Candy.
Yeah. I had higher hopes for this.
Well, I think it's 2/3 good.
That is true. And it's a big bag. So I found a handful, well, like 3 different types of Halloween candy. And one of them is Sour Patch Kids, but like Apple Harvest Edition. And it still has, it's good.
Just don't eat the green ones.
Yeah, I don't know what is up with that. So the 3 flavors are cranberry apple, apple cider, and caramel apple, which like, what in the actual fuck?
Caramel doesn't go with Sour Patch.
Yeah, and if I want to eat caramel, I'm going to eat caramel.
Yeah, I'm not going to eat like a gummy apple that tastes like caramel with citric acid on it.
Yeah, it's not good. That was a fail, especially when sour green apple is right there.
It would be delicious.
Yeah, that would make that probably one of my favorite Halloween candies, but
Also, they could just do, I feel like they're trying a little hard. It could just be red apple, yellow apple, green apple.
I actually thought that's what it was, and I was really excited about that.
That sounds really nice.
I know. What are we doing?
And all 3 of those apple flavors are distinctly different.
They are, and would be amazing as a Sour Patch candy.
Yeah, like, okay, Sour Patch, we have thoughts.
Yeah, what are we doing? Come on. Marketing needs to be fired. Or I guess not marketing. That's not marketing's fault. I don't know. Who comes up with the candy ideas?
I don't know. Swing and a miss.
Yep, big time. Okay, now we can talk about Big Brother.
Big Brother. Okay.
Lay it on me. Where are you at?
Well, I think we should catch up from where we were last time. And then I would love for you to kind of talk us through what's been on the live feed since the last episode, because I haven't been watching the live feeds. And you also said it was super active, which at this point in the game is kind of rare.
There was a 41-minute live feed update this morning. I am not kidding you. It is normally this time of year 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Taryn hops on and is like, yep, Chelsea's going to win. Nothing to see here. Yep.
That's all she wrote.
Yeah. Who won season 26?
Jag.
Oh my God.
Or you mean 25?
25.
Chelsea was 26.
Chelsea was 26. Yeah. Jag winning season 20, season 25. Man. Foregone conclusion. Super boring feeds. Nothing good happening.
Yep.
This time, chaos, fights, manipulation, drama.
I was going to say, sounds like a Shakespearean play.
It is.
It kind of is, actually. The question is it a comedy? Is it a tragedy?
Oh, it's definitely comedy.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my God.
I mean, to Vince, it might be.
Yeah, Vince is a tragedy. He is going to end the show single, broke, and with single, very single, no girl.
I actually was thinking on my drive over here today, you know how Vince's parents left him a message?
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of looking for this during the message. I mean, if Vince's parents are watching the show, which I'm assuming they are.
Wouldn't that be wild if they weren't? They're just like, yeah, whatever.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe some people's family members don't.
Sure.
But I just think that they have to have so many feelings about his behavior on the show. You know, like Who knows if they like Kelsey or not? Let's assume that they have a good relationship with her.
For
Since
7-year relationship,
Yeah.
there's no way they haven't formed a relationship with her.
no, I mean, I'm sure they have a relationship with her.
No. I'm just validating.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you're right. Like I'm saying, I think you're right. They've got it's
Yeah.
probably a halfway. It's got to be at least decent, right?
Yeah, or they're very familiar with each other. You know, they seem like they've been married a long time, so they definitely probably have more traditional values as far as relationships go. And how do you think Vince's parents feel watching this season?
Dude, I don't know. I mean, Vince, per his own admission, does not think he's done anything wrong.
Okay, I think though, think about Vince's behavior in the game, how he is kind of just told people what they want to hear and dealt with the consequences later, and then still at the end of it, like justified all of those actions.
Yeah.
I kind of just wonder, coming into the house, if he's able to do that so easily, if that's kind of a way he navigates life.
Okay, listen. This is actually a question I have laid in bed at night thinking about. What is worse for Kelsey, do you think?
Okay.
And poor Kelsey. I mean, I don't know. I feel bad even using her name, but I've been thinking about this. Do you think it's worse if Vince is like this and he comes in and plays a game that is very familiar and like this is all just like par for the course, embarrassing, yeah, kind of like really toxic behavior, or him under pressure brought all of this out and she's never seen the side of him?
I think that would be worse. I mean, okay, that was my gut response. So I'm going to stick
I think
with it.
it's mine too. I think about that all the time, like how horrifying it would be to like have your partner of 7 years go on a TV show and you get the opportunity to watch the live feeds in the show and they just like devolve into something that you don't even recognize.
I mean, that's kind of how my last relationship ended, so maybe that's why I'm sensitive to it.
I don't know. I feel that way though too. That would be really bad.
Yeah, I think
But it's still either way is kind of just like, ugh.
it also,
I feel for her.
It could be like patterns that she's familiar with, but the show is making them more exaggerated, more toxic.
Oh,
more,
sure. Because
you know what
these
I
people
mean?
aren't sleeping. You're under stress. There's like, this is circumstances that people are not normally in. I do think that it heightens everything.
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Where were we last podcast?
Dude, I don't even know.
That's okay. I know we were talking about Rachel being eliminated. That
Oh
was
my
pretty
God.
fresh. That was pretty fresh.
And
A
Will,
lot has happened.
Will has just been eliminated too. So, okay,
Yes.
that's where we were. Dang, I did not come prepared.
A lot has happened in the game. I will say, I think we were worried that once Rachel left the house, it was kind of like, what's even going to happen in the season?
For sure. And I will hand it to this cast. They are so bad strategically, the worst. But man, their mess is so entertaining.
It is.
Like we have not been lacking. And the fact that we're here the final day, the feeds went down at like 11 o'clock in the morning Pacific time. And there was a 40-minute update. Like that's just magic. So all things said, while I was devastated that Rachel's gone, still mad about it, I am happy that the season progressed the way that it did.
Same. I also think and again, you've watched way more Big Brother than I have, but I feel like in past seasons, it has been so obvious where the show is going and everything kind of just falls into place and it gets harder to watch and follow.
Well, yeah, because you just kind of don't care after a bit. You're just
Right.
like, it's so obvious that Chelsea was going to win. It was so obvious Jag was going to win. And it's just like, why even bother? I didn't necessarily not want Chelsea to win. It was just boring.
Yeah,
There
totally.
was nothing exciting about any of that happening. The relationship with Cam was kind of a dud. Mackenzie, good Lord, just nothing. But now, we've got Ashley, Morgan, and Vince. And the dynamic between Morgan and Vince is just a hot mess at this point. And Ashley has been playing this game of pretending to be stupid. She has embodied Elle Woods this entire time and is now letting her brilliance shine. And it's so good. But backing it up.
I was going to say, I really want to go back and talk about Morgan basically not sleeping an entire night to convince Vince to put Lauren up on the block.
Oh my God.
We have to talk about that.
She worked overtime.
She did.
Yeah.
She put in the hours.
I know.
She put in the conversations.
I think it's going to be so hard too because Vince was so I mean, he just lied to her about it too, right? Like everything Vince did was always for Vince, and she was spot on in clocking that he wanted Lauren to be his final two.
Yeah. I will say, without Morgan and her like strong arming Vince to do something, I was like, what does he actually think is going to happen? That he's going to just have this perfect top 3 and these girls are not aligned? Like how does he see that working? It was so delusional to me that I wanted a crazy laugh.
Oh, I know. Well, and that like I think Morgan handled that with a lot more grace than like I would have. She sat with that. She thought about it. I probably just would have like ripped him a new asshole right then and there.
Yeah.
I cannot even. I was so like Lauren's arc is also such a bummer because it's so clear to me that she really had it in her to like she wanted to play Big Brother, but then when she got there, she was like, "Oh, I can't play Big Brother." Like she did not have the grit to do what needed to be done to play.
No.
But I loved that she saved herself.
Totally.
And then was simultaneously pretty bummed for her that she then immediately got sent home for the double eviction. But like, because realistically, I think at that point, I did want a Vince, Lauren, Morgan final 3.
Get out of here with that.
No, well, stop. You know why? Because the house, the feeds would have been even better than they are in this moment.
Okay, that's true. I just don't think. I think there was an obvious expiration. In my head, that top 3 is impossible. Because of Lauren and Morgan being so not aligned, I don't think it would have ever worked out.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, sometimes you don't get a say in that. This is too many hypotheticals. We don't have to get into it. But like, had hypothetically Morgan not won that HOH, Lauren would have been just as competitive, I think, in the dice game.
No, that's true. That's true.
And could have actually, like, I think that there was a possibility that Lauren could have comped out enough to get to the final 3. She didn't. She went home. That's not where we're at. But damn, Morgan.
I'm going to put my money on Morgan in the dice game between Morgan and Lauren.
Well, yeah, because then Morgan also has like the whole gamer thing going. When she was like, yeah, just treat it like this. I was like, my brain does not work like that.
Yeah.
I would have been like,
I was really surprised.
It was incredible.
I think we talked about this last season of Big Brother, but a lot of these little challenges in my head are mini games in Mario Party.
Oh, they are mini games in Mario Party.
And so her like saying it that way, I said, I would lose.
Oh, me too. 1,000%.
This is made for Saul's and for Joe's and people that are like, I immediately got it. And Jess and I would be in the corner.
I mean, like, just like freewheeling it, like doing way more work than is necessary, right? Like,
we would need practice rounds.
Oh, 1,000%. It would be a nightmare. I also feel that way about that immediate puzzle game. Like, same kind of having to think about like strategy of like moving shit around and being able to see sort of moves ahead.
Yeah.
Dude, my brain does not work like that.
I think it depends on what it is. My brain can, but it's across the board. I am not as technically minded as Morgan.
No, not even a little bit. Plus, you add in like the fact that she's doing this with so little sleep because her and Vince just stay up all night. I went to bed at some point. I can't remember after which episode, but I went to bed, got up, and they were still awake talking on the feeds at like 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning.
They just don't sleep.
They don't. And that's the other thing that I am always so surprised about is like Morgan is crushing it for being so sleep deprived.
That's true.
That's wild to me. I would be in a corner crying. Like, I just don't even know how she's doing it. Vince is having the come apart that I would imagine somebody not getting enough sleep is having. He's struggling.
I feel like the next thing to significantly speak to would be Keanu's eviction.
Oh, yeah. Keanu, he fucked that up. They like rigged this whole thing for him to be his game.
They did.
Because last season it was the marshmallows over the fire with Janky. And like to wrap it up, Leah and Cam were like balancing on one leg and like doing things to try and get it to end sooner.
That was a 10-hour competition.
I know. And then this year they do those heavy swords that like Ava could barely pick up.
That's so stupid.
It was. And then, you know what? I'm glad Keanu lost it. Good. I hope, he's the classic fuck around and find out. Well, he found out. Bye.
I'm so frustrated because that's literally when he lit his game on fire. As much as I really struggle with Vince was so focused. He deserved the win.
Yep.
He was not taking his eyes off of what he was doing. Meanwhile, you have Keanu over there holding with one hand, switching to the other hand, being like, bro, like, let's just come up with the shmina, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, what did he want to watch? Dodgeball?
Oh, yeah.
Shut up. God, I hated that. Like,
Focus.
yeah, damn, do not. That kind of arrogance bugs me. And, I'm glad that it bit him in the ass. That doesn't
Yeah.
always happen. Like, rarely does it. But also, Keanu spent all season talking about that dice game. And that has not been in Big Brother since like season 11.
That's pretty crazy.
So, like, again, production is like trying to do things so that they were in Keanu's favor. And
Yeah.
he just blew it. He shit the bed.
Yeah, it's his own fault.
Yeah. But I don't know. Him going out, I kind of hear you because we had talked about him leaving being like a blow to the competitiveness because, of course, the dice game was very competitive and the only person that could have won that is Morgan. I will say, in another surprise turn of events, it has still stayed interesting.
Yeah, and I love that. And I love that Ashley is not giving up. She is putting in the work.
There was a moment probably last week where I was like, no way Morgan doesn't win this. There's just no way. Like, she ends up at the end with any of these people, she wins. Now, I don't know. Like, Ashley has like fought her way back, or maybe not back. I don't know if Ashley's ever been there. But
She's fighting to get there.
yeah, she is. And I love that too. Man, it's good to see a self-interested player and her just like, she's going for it. So very fun. I'm really glad that Kelly got out and then Lauren got out and then it was Keanu. Yeah.
I think so.
And then Ava's house meeting.
Okay, yeah. What were your thoughts on that?
Full disclosure, I missed the house meeting. I have been boycotting watching the full show since Rachel left. So I've only heard about it. You watched it, yeah?
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
She sits down with those glasses that wrap around her eyes. I think her and Ashley both have those glasses.
I hate them and I love them.
Oh, same. No, they're fabulous and terrible.
So terrible. But like, I can't help it either. There's part of me that's like, oh yeah, but I kind of get it. And that house is so bright. Those are perfect for that house. If we ever get on Big Brother, we need those glasses.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It almost feels like a mafia meeting or something. Like
Yes.
the way that she...
Well, but the thing that was also so devastating, remember, we didn't get Ava's full nomination speech. Like, she is so good. I have a lot of issues with Ava. This is not one of them. When she rehearses something and puts her mind to it, she is so funny.
Oh, yeah. No, she sits down and she starts the meeting out by saying, so I know I'm going home. And before I go home, I just feel like some things need to be said. And she just started letting it all go about what Vinny's been telling her, how Morgan doesn't know that Vinny's telling her that. All of the dynamics, she just throws it on the table. And
That's
she's like, I
amazing.
just need to say that. And then, so I was wondering, since you watch the live feeds, it's funny that we're kind of bringing two halves and creating a whole. After that, after Ava goes home, was there any conversation about that meeting? Because I didn't know if it would go anywhere, but I was really happy she did it.
It didn't go anywhere.
That's kind of disappointing because everything she said was true.
I know.
And was Vinny just like, I don't know what she was talking about? Like,
Yeah, Vinny just continued to do what he does. And Ashley is the one that came up with this. She has told Morgan this. She's like, Morgan, you have Vince goggles on. And Morgan does. Morgan has Vince goggles through and through.
Okay, but then, okay, keep going.
And so I just don't know if Morgan, it's kind of one of those questions, right? Like, is she hearing it and just doesn't know what to do with it? And is like just not able to like go anywhere with it? Or is she just like disassociating so hard and just like can't really process what she's hearing? I don't know. Ashley, though, does make headway. So it's also possible that even though Ava's house meeting itself didn't achieve what it intended, it might have laid the groundwork for Ashley to be more successful.
Foundation.
Yes. Foundationally, very important.
Okay.
Because I do think it gives Ashley a leg up in a way that she might not have had that meeting not happened.
Okay. I like that. I want to discuss the Morgan of it all because I'm a little confused because kind of, this Vince Goggles idea and where she stands in the game, we have to go back and talk about the conversation that did make the episode about the math equation.
Yeah. Isn't that wild? Shady as shit production, but I also am here for
Dude, I'm
it.
fucking here for it.
The mess, bless it.
Bless the mess.
Yes. Okay. Let's talk about the Morgan of it all.
So they have the night camera on and they're speaking in code. Talking.
Option 1.
If you were a statistician.
An esthetician, but yes, a statistician. Yep.
Oh, wait, did I say it wrong?
No, you didn't, but they did. They had a
Oh.
long conversation about statistician versus esthetician.
Oh, God, that's
Didn't make the-
embarrassing.
yeah.
Okay. And
Vince.
Tupperware and Tupperware.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, sorry. Not funny. Neither here nor there. You're correct. Continue. If you were a statistician.
And the chance was 0%. So they basically, long story short, they're going through these hypotheticals of if it seemingly if they're going to be together after the show.
That's what it seems like. And it's worth just really quick noting that in the morning when they wake up the house guests, they play music and the feeds are off because music is playing and they're waking everybody up. And that is when people have these conversations. I can't remember which season it was. It was an all-star season because there was Memphis and Christmas. And Christmas was actually like my major entry point into Big Brother because she was a CrossFitter. But
I remember this.
yeah, nobody worry about it. She's not a good person. Anyway, her and Memphis managed to keep their entire showmance like under wraps because they were smart enough to only do these things in the morning when the music was playing.
Okay, very smart.
And so that gave Memphis time to come out of the house, break up with his long-term girlfriend, and they were able to get together, but like nothing was immediately apparent or visible on the feeds.
Okay.
So there is a way to do this.
Okay.
I feel like Vince should know that.
Yeah, he should.
Also, Morgan, what are we doing? This was so stupid. They're so stupid for having these conversations. Like,
Okay, but that's why I want to talk about the Morgan of it all because Vince is at fault for the majority of the shit.
because he's the one in a relationship.
He's the one in a relationship. That being said, Morgan is fucking playing with fire.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think that she's innocent in the situation. I think she's less guilty, but she knows he has a girlfriend. She knows her on TV. She knows what she's doing.
Yeah. To her credit, though, like, I guess there have now been 2 times that Vince has tried to physically touch her or in some way engage, like, upping the level of intimacy, and she has shut that shit down.
Okay, that's good.
So I still agree with you, though, because sometimes when Morgan is talking about things, it's sort of in the way that it feels like I
think
hear what you're saying.
My frustration is that she's not flat out telling him no. And I understand.
Yeah, because
that
she's
could be-
saying it's not 0, but it's 0 until the variable is solved for. But it's like,
Yes.
yep.
And so what I don't know at this point is how much of this is gameplay, like her wanting to maintain this relationship and closeness with Vince so that they are a final 2 and there is nothing risking of them not taking each other. And how much of it is her wanting him to want her and her wanting him to choose her. Because I also feel like she's kind of a pick-me girl.
Yeah.
And so that's the problem is that's not obvious to me. And it could be a little bit of both. It could be a spectrum.
I think that's such a good point, and I'm glad you're bringing it up because I do want to talk about this. I agree. I can't quite get a read for it either because I could honestly see her just like playing coy enough to get through that it feels good to her to have Vince in this game, choosing her, having the support, whatever it is. And then when she's out, like having 0 interest in Vince romantically.
Yeah.
And just being like,
That was just a game.
yeah. She's on her Twitch feeds talking about how she loves men with ass. And Vince does not have ass. So I don't know. And not to say that
We all have a type and we don't always like end up with our type.
for sure. But like, I don't know that aside, I still don't know that like when Morgan is able to watch all this back, that she's going to feel the same way about Vince that she does in this moment. Like Vince has lied to her just as much as he's lied to everybody else. So I don't know. I am excited.
You guys, this is a lot. This is like real-time soap opera
Yeah.
in a competition.
What is going to happen tomorrow or
don't know.
Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday or Friday? I'm thankfully not going to be able to be glued to my phone because otherwise
true.
I would be just waiting for
Refreshing
any
for
kind of
updates.
development. I'm like interviews, whatever. I don't know. Like, I just feel like I'm with you. I don't know. But then maybe she is really into Vince and she is just genuinely waiting, even though like so many boundaries have been crossed. It's clearly delved into emotional cheating. She's got to have a sense of that. She's not stupid. She's so smart, right?
Just because you haven't crossed the line physically doesn't mean that lines haven't been crossed.
Yeah, something Vince seems to have no awareness of. So I don't know. I could really see that going either direction. What is your knee-jerk reaction either way? Like, what do you think?
Okay. I think my reaction is, in this setting, she wants Vince to pick her. She wants his attention. She wants his validation.
Well, because she wanted it from Zach too.
Exactly. So I do think that is a weakness or flaw.
1000%.
I think once they get out of the house and they're in the real world, I think she doesn't give a shit about Vince.
Brutal.
She's going to have so many followers. I mean, I already know she has a big following on Twitch, but I'm saying this is only going to up that.
Yep.
Let's say she wins. She's going to have all this money. She's going to have all this momentum. Like, she doesn't need Vince.
She does not need
She's also going to
Vince.
see how much everyone fucking hates Vince.
Yeah, Morgan's too cool for Vince at this point.
Yeah.
Like his game, I just like, man, this is where my heart goes to. Like, I just feel so bad for Kelsey to just have this be her boyfriend of 7 years making a complete ass of himself on national television. And for her to have to like bear witness to it has just got to be so hard because I just don't imagine a world where, yeah, Morgan comes out of this and thinks the same way about Vince, especially when she sees everything else. Like that is, I'm with you. I just don't, no way.
Vince is just giving so many people the ick that even if Morgan has feelings for him, all of a sudden she gets into the real world. She sees and hears where we're at with Vince. And all of a sudden it's like, oh.
Yeah, I think maybe sometimes we overuse the term ick or over reliant on it or are really too quick to assign the ick. I think Vince is the perfect encapsulation of the ick. Ick. Just nothing about him is appealing once you really get to see his personality. Like he is just spineless, self-interested in a way that like is not, it's been fun for the show. Vince has like given so much to the show, but like I don't think that this is like, I think Vince in the real world is just like this.
I was going to say, at what cost?
Yes. And the cost is having any integrity, no shame.
Yeah.
No way. Does Morgan get behind this?
So that's our prediction.
Yeah, I do think though, part of me though, I hear you. And I'm really torn on it. I do think that I agree with you. She is a pick-me. She's definitely wanting that support of a man in the show. Like it's good for her. But there is part of me that like believes that she does like him.
No,
I do think that it's not just the game. And I do think that if he were not so much embodying the ick, that there would be a shot for him outside of the house. But based off of everything that he's done, no way.
I agree.
But I cannot wait for that all to unfold. And I know it's not nice, but there is a part of me that hopes that it is very public and we are privy to how this all goes down.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Please give us this conclusion. Do not disappear quietly into the night. I want to know.
We need to know what happens.
Yeah. I don't know. After the show is always so fun. Like I had high hopes for Quinn and Leah, though that was silly.
I did too. I thought it was cute.
Yeah, but no way.
I'm still a huge Quinn fan, by the way, even though I was disappointed in the way Quinn played his game. Huge Quinn fan.
Have you caught Quinn on any of the Rob Has a Podcast
Yeah.
updates? He kills me. He is so full of energy and just like out of control, but in like the best way. I am here for it. And then Leah was also on Rob Has a Podcast did a mafia game with Big Brother and Survivor players.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It was so fun. I just happened to like take a break from school, and because I'm in the habit of opening up YouTube, I just opened up YouTube and literally caught it as they were like bringing people in, and then wasted 4 hours of my life watching them play Mafia, and it was so fun. I loved it, and Leah did really well.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Also self-interested player.
And she continued to be self-interested.
Good for her.
It was so fun. I really enjoyed that. So if you need like a little bit of a Big Brother fix or, some sort of game, I guess, reality TV adjacent, that was excellent. Really enjoyed it. So, yeah. Outside of the house is always another fun adventure. I think we've got a month of like at least updates. I don't know if we'll get like a podcast worth of content. Maybe.
We can pray.
If Vince and Morgan could just carry this mess forward for a few more weeks, that'd be great. Thanks.
We don't have a lot to watch. We need it.
Yeah, we're scraping the bottom of the barrel after this.
We're going to figure out what we're going to cover next, and you'll find out. But let's end this podcast with our predictions for the finale. And then as long as the show isn't delayed too late, we are going to come back on and wrap up with our feelings of the finale tonight. If the show gets delayed too late, we will talk about the finale next time.
Yes. Okay. Who wants to go first with their prediction?
You.
Oh, you're putting me on the spot.
I actually don't know what I think, which is why I'm making you go first.
Fair. Well, I know some stuff though. So my prediction is based on being spoiled for the first 2 of the 3 final HOHs.
Okay, then you can't say it. Sorry.
I can't.
This is my guess then.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
I'm not going to break it down by wins, but I'm going to say the final 2 are Vince and Morgan wins.
Okay. I'm going to say that my hope is, and this is genuinely just a hope, I really want Ashley and Morgan in the final 2 seats.
I mean, I want that.
Yes.
I was predicting what I think will happen.
Okay. I'm going to give my hope.
Okay. That's a good
Yeah. Like,
balance.
I think the most fun that we could hope for is an Ashley Morgan final 2.
I love that. I want that.
It's,
I'm sorry, but just everything that has happened in this game leads me to believe that Vince will be in the final 2.
God, I hope not. I need him to win nothing. I need him to also be a case of fuck around and find out. He needs to learn some life lessons, and it feels like this is a really good way for some of those to be delivered. And like, he will be fine, but he needs to learn.
No, I agree. I
know you're not hoping for events in the final 2 seat, but like, damn, we'll see. We T-minus, if all goes according to plan, 52 minutes until the finale.
Okay, we are going to go hot tub.
Yeah, we are.
And then we're going to eat some pretzel dogs. And then we're going to fucking watch the finale.
I think we're going to be able to eat pretzel dogs while watching the finale.
Okay, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And then we'll be back and break it all down, hopefully. I'm actually really excited. I
Me
love
too.
Big Brother finale night, especially right now. Like, it was not fun last 2 seasons. The last time I was this excited was season 24 with Taylor Hale, and I was just like not sure if she was going to win or not. And the magic I felt being able to watch that and watch her win was so fun. And this is different because I'm not like pulling for anybody quite the way that I was pulling for Taylor, but it is still so exciting because, like, honestly, between the 3, who knows? So
I do think this season has done a good job of being less predictable. And overall, even though these people have not been as good of players, it has not been as strategic. It has not followed normal Big Brother patterns. The mess has been fun to watch.
So fun. I
I
mean,
l-
if you were here for strategy, which sometimes I am, it's not been that. But the mess of just these people having no fucking idea how to play Big Brother has been incredible.
And I think that's a good argument for Ashley going into the finale is the lack of strategy of so many players. Because I think the fact that her strategic game has gotten her this far says a lot.
Yeah, I think, and the votes could go any which way. Like, truly, who even knows how people would end up voting just based off of how messy this cast has been? Like, who knows what will tip them in one direction or another?
Totally.
So, yeah, I'm with you. I think it was slow to start, but man, once it got going, it was just a freight train of chaos, and it's been excellent. So,
Okay, well, cheers to season 27.
okay.
All right, here we go.
Yay. Okay. We're back. We did it.
We're back.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. This is what Big Brother is when Big Brother is good. This is why we watch Big Brother, because you get like seasons in a row that are so dumb, and then you get this.
Okay, this season was a roller coaster.
A roller coaster.
All
I know.
the shit was worth it because of what we got in the end.
It is. Big Brother will take from you, and then sometimes Big Brother will giveth. And oh, it gave.
It fucking gave.
Although no credit to the producers.
No.
It was all due to Ashley being incredible and pulling out the final 2 HOH wins, practicing her speech, being so smart.
I mean, Jess can testify that I was yelling.
Yeah, this was a screaming kind of finale. My dog was stressed.
I know. I'm sorry, Chewy.
No, he's fine. He'll get over it. He has to. I'll explain to him when he's older. Dude, so good. I was terrified after the jury segment that Vince was going to win. And I was like, nope, nope. I can't do this. My heart can't take it. The
It's
world is
true.
shitty enough.
Jess
Vince
was
cannot win Big Brother.
when Rachel started making a case for how good Vince's game was. Jess started having it come apart.
I did. I was like, no way in my brain did that even, like, no way could he have done that. And then for a brief moment, they scared me. They really got me. So maybe a little bit of credit to production because I was sweating it a touch.
Okay, so we see Morgan win the first competition,
Mhm.
which none of us are surprised.
Yeah, totally physical. She's got this. She knows how to hold on. She knows she's got great body awareness. She was golden.
And then we see Ashley win the second.
Because Vince did not reread the instructions. Oh my God. He deserved that. And
No, he did.
I'm really sad that he took second because he didn't deserve that either. But man, I did feel for him for a second when he was having his crash out, like screaming at people. But then it lasted like all of 2 seconds. And I was like, no, you know what? He did this to himself.
I really did feel for him in that moment because he should feel that stupid.
Yeah, he should.
And he knows exactly what he did to his game in that moment.
Oh, yeah. No, that's definitely a man on the brink. Like he is grappling with all of his life choices and all of his mistakes and his absolute complete stupidity in that moment.
And when you are eat, sleep, drinking Big Brother for 83 days and then you have a mistake like that.
Because you didn't reread the instructions.
I think that's an ego thing. Just
Oh,
saying.
yeah. That he kept going back and hitting the button, hitting the button, and hitting the button, and hitting the button. And it's like, dude, do you think that they don't know how to win the game that they constructed? Like, production knows what's up. You haven't done it. Like, you've solved nothing.
I thought for sure he had it when he was that far ahead of her.
He had over a 20-minute lead.
Stop.
20 minutes evaporated. He did not reread that in over 20 minutes.
Okay. Well, To me, that is worse than Keanu losing the sword competition.
Oh, I agree. Because that man, like, to have it confirmed so many times, you do not have it right.
And not think, did I get something wrong? Am I misunderstanding something? Like, is there, like, what is the missing piece here?
Yeah. None of that crossed his brain.
That's insane.
It is. So, yeah, he deserved that. And you're right. He was really sitting with the extreme stupidity of his actions in that moment. That was real.
No, it was.
That was raw.
Wait, say what, Frankie?
Oh yeah, Frankie Grande, Ariana Grande's brother, I guess had to be like, Vince, you have a life outside of this. It is okay. Life goes on after this. And Vince was not okay and was not comforted by Frankie's words. Because I do think that was a very pivotal moment in Vince's life.
I mean, and I'm not even saying this to shit on Vince's life. I've been unemployed before. Things happen. But when you are in the type of life that Vince is in, that is a very pivotal moment.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
when you were living with your parents and unemployed, and your girlfriend most likely left you,
And you are 34 years old.
and you are 34 years old, that is a more important moment than most.
Yeah, you're grappling with, like I said, life decisions there. Vince is replaying everything
He saw 34 years flash before his eyes.
and wasn't pumped about it. Yeah, it was not fixed by winning Big Brother, unfortunately. $75,000 though for that man is pretty good, so I think he'll be okay.
No, he is lucky he got second.
He is lucky. Let's talk about.
I wish we could give that money to Morgan because I think Morgan deserved it.
She does deserve it. Vince does not deserve that money. His answers to the questions.
His answers were bad. His speech was better.
His speech was better. He was a little more impassioned. I think he had a little more direction. But like overall, Vince just shit the bed. He was not prepared to speak to his game at all.
And that kind of surprised me. I thought he was going to really show up and be able to like list things, name names.
I think, yeah, Vince does not deserve that kind of credit. I think is really answers so many of our questions. Like, Vince is this person. Vince could not save himself because of the game that Vince played all season. He couldn't speak to his game because he didn't know what his game was.
No, I don't think. I think that's harsh. Vince knew what his game was.
I don't know. His complete inability to show up for it, just, I don't think so. I think he really let particularly Morgan make too many decisions and then could not come back from it.
I think he knew what his game was. I just don't think he defended it very well.
Yeah, I can see it, but I totally disagree. I think he's just the epitome of failing upwards.
Yeah.
But I do know that this is a game where I can be out argued in that. Like, I'm not going to say that my opinion is right because it is definitely an opinion on game. Yeah. But all that said, I am pumped that Ashley pulled this out.
Me
and that Ashley
too.
cut Morgan because she was absolutely right to do that.
Yeah, and Morgan respected it. She says she should have done that.
Even though Morgan voted for Vince.
I am not surprised.
I know.
I am not surprised.
I know. It's just disappointing though, right? Because like there was no reason for anybody to vote for Vince after his answers, all of it compared with Ashley's.
Jess is still surprised. Jess is still surprised.
I am. I guess I shouldn't be. I had more faith in Morgan than I should.
I don't know why. What in Morgan's actions led you to believe that she was capable of voting for
I don't know.
Ashley?
She kind of like she asked about her question at the end. Like she clearly had a question planned and then swapped. I don't know. I thought maybe just for a moment, this has been the season of expect the unexpected. I should not have expected different, though. I do see
Okay,
the error of my
Do
ways.
you want to know why I'm not surprised?
Yeah, tell me.
Because so much of Vince's game was Morgan's game, and it would be Morgan voting against herself.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that is valid. I just assumed that Morgan would be able to, as a gamer, respect a better game and be able to be like, oh, damn, Ashley snowed us and be able to vote for that. Because as a gamer, if you're respecting the game, like, I don't feel like she should be somebody who can't vote against herself knowing when she's been beat. And she was beat, like, fair and square.
I'm not surprised.
Dang. Well, I'm disappointed in Morgan as a gamer.
You can be disappointed.
I am. Clearly, she has a pick-me kind of attitude. Not maybe that's not who she is overall, but in this moment, that won out, I think, over her better gamer nature. And I hate that.
And I also think that she probably knew that Vince was not going to win.
Oh, she could read the writing on the wall, and she threw that man a sympathy vote. More like a pity vote.
I don't know if it's 100% that, but I do think it was a part of it.
Yeah, I had actually, though, like, I guess thinking about it from a totally different standpoint of Morgan trying to preserve a relationship with Vince, I do see how she made a calculated decision to vote for Vince despite the fact that that was not the right choice. I don't think, though, that it was because, like, I think that that's a more plausible reason for her to do that than her not wanting to vote against her own game. I buy that her emotions played into that vote more.
I mean, and maybe we'll get to hear talk about it.
I hope so. Mandy, I forgot that we get Taryn's deep dives.
Oh, thank God.
I know. Mandy and I need content, podcast content, reality TV content. And this is the time of year where it dries up, it shrivels up, there's nothing. And when Big Brother ends, because like sometimes you get up to 3 podcasts a day on Big Brother. It's just
So much content.
It's too much content. And honestly, I do need it to die down because like I got to go live a life and
It's
Big
like-
Brother can't be all of it. But we do get these deep dives. So we will hopefully, I really do hope Morgan is somebody who will go on. I don't know if it'll happen. I kind of also want a Vince deep dive.
I do.
I want to know. I don't know that I can trust it, but I would be curious if he could come out the other side and have like any sort of coherent, like if he could pull himself out of where he's at enough to like speak honestly about his game. If he could do that, I definitely want to hear a Vince deep dive. If he's going to keep trying to like think that he's fooling all of us, I don't want to hear from him. But I would love Morgan and Vince to really like, I would love an honest reflection of how they feel that their games went once they kind of like their lives have settled.
You know, it was frustrating to kind of not hear Vince own his game. But like you're saying, I think it really cements that he was unfortunately authentically himself in this game. And he was navigating it in a very like, self-interested, but it was also like his natural like flow in the game, right?
Yeah, this is
telling everyone what they want to hear.
He didn't want to be uncomfortable. So he made sure that in every moment he prioritized his comfort over like actual any sort of long-term strategy.
Yeah, and I think that discomfort made his emotions genuine. Like the tears were genuine, the discomfort was real. Even if all of the things he was saying weren't necessarily like, you know, he was lying, he was backstabbing, he was making fake promises and all these things. It was kind of true to who he was in the moment.
Yeah. Which is why that's why I'm saying I don't think that his game was intentional. I don't. And so I do think that that's why he had such a hard time speaking to it, because at the end of the day, I don't think that he like really took the time to do a postmortem of like what his game actually was. I think he had an idea and then there's what actually happened.
I actually think in the strategy part of it, him and Ashley had very similar games in the fact that they were both just trying to stay well liked in the house. I do think Ashley's game was much more thoughtful in who she attached herself to and when and why.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I think that Vince was just like wanting friends and allies and to not be disliked.
So there was strategy, just it was not a strategic strategy. It was
Yes.
just a strategy.
No, I think it was a strategy.
it was just a really bad one.
But I think it unfortunately cost him the game because of all the people that he burned.
I think sitting with what you just said, and kind of how I feel about it, I do think it probably ends up being a little bit of both of those things to some extent, probably depending on any given moment. I think the truth is probably a little bit in the middle because I do see what you're saying with that. Like, but I do also think that there are moments like Vince did not have control for a lot of that either because he was deferring to other people. So I see what you're saying. Like, he did have a strategy. He just didn't always have a handle on it.
Exactly. I think that Vince's strategy got him as far as it did in the game. Like, I think because he was so well connected with certain people that were willing to carry him and protect him, that's why he was in those top 2 chairs. That being said, I think that Ashley's strategy was way more intentional and strategic than Vince's.
Yeah. I can see that. But again, I think that we're almost in a way kind of saying the same thing because like that is exactly then because Vince didn't have that intentionalness with anything. That's very hard to speak to then to like give intention to that behavior.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying like I do think that this kind of lands his game somewhere like in the middle of all of this. But bless this mess. Like, damn. Does it kind of feel good to watch this man just like blow up his whole spot? Like, I don't know. I'm here for it. I want the drama after.
Yeah, who knows what's going to happen? Okay, first of all, I thought the whole jury looked beautiful.
Oh my God. Stunning. Yeah.
I didn't even know Kelly could look like that.
Okay. One thing we did not talk about, and I'm sorry that we're like skipping back a little bit. Kelly's exit interview with Julie. Did you watch that?
Mhm.
Okay. So I lied. I do watch the eviction episodes. So charming, so funny. She had the audience like eating from the palm of her hand. And I was like, where has this Kelly been all season? That's wild to me that she just like comes out of here. I had speculated, Mandy, I was like, what if Vince is like this method actor and he comes out and just totally owns being this schmuck in the house with like his straightened hair and his beanie in the middle of the summer in Southern California? No. Kelly, though, and to some extent Ashley, but like Kelly just like pops out of the house a totally different person, which was wild to me. So it didn't surprise me to see Kelly looking like Kelly because she just like, I don't know. It was like the opposite direction. I don't even know how to describe it. She like unzombified or something. She just,
I don't know. It surprised me. I'm sorry, but like after all of the weird Kelly's dad shit and I just
Kelly
What?
Kelly is a little bit of an enigma. I don't know how to describe Kelly. I don't like Kelly, to be fair, either. Like in the house, I was not a fan of who she was, how she played, how she talked about Rachel. But she did really kind of surprise me coming out of the house. So like I guess at this moment, I'm not surprised to see this version of Kelly.
Okay, I agree with that. Keanu looked very handsome in a suit.
I love it when men will do something other than just wear a basic suit. And Keanu's was like well fitted.
Loved the brown.
His shoes. He had those like double monk buckle dress shoes. Hello, love that. Very good look. That man is stylish. Also, Keanu is such like at least got a good enough following that our friend Mitch follows him. And I guarantee you it's not because Mitch is watching Big Brother.
Whoa, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was looking actually for kettlebell work today and I like typed in kettlebell on Instagram and Keanu's pulled up like seriously probably in the top 10 hits. And I don't know what that means anymore on an Instagram algorithm when you're searching something as vague as like kettlebells. But then I was like, how did Keanu and I have 5 mutual like thing? And I'm like, oh shit. Well, that's wild. So anyway, Keanu's kind of like a big deal. He's going to be good. I don't love that he won America's Favorite Player because casuals don't see everything, obviously.
Do you want to talk to us about your how intensely you were voting for Rachel?
Yeah. Man, also, I ate so many pretzel dogs. My stomach hurts. I'm like, I need to lay down. So if I'm like gasping my way through this podcast, it is because I think I ate like, I don't know. I think that ends up being like 3 hot dogs, but like wrapped in a ton of bread.
Jess is like shifting her whole body
like,
to accommodate this food baby situation.
Yeah, there's no room. I like have to adjust. Okay.
Here we go.
We've done it. Every day since America's Favorite Player has opened, I vote for Rachel, and it's by email address. So it has to be a legit email address. And I just so happen to have access. There are 9 email addresses.
Holy shit. You didn't tell me you had 9.
I didn't.
No.
I did. I had 9. Well, I had 8, and then I had to ask if I could use Drama Bonded. And you were like, yeah, that's good. So I didn't vote with Drama Bonded the whole time because I didn't want to like take votes from you if you wanted to use it.
That's nice.
Thank you. When you gave me permission, I like did not even miss a beat. I was like back to that website, logging in with Drama Bonded. And I did that every day for like, it feels like forever. And I watched to get extra votes 9 times every day, a 30-second trailer for The Road. And I hate it. I hate it so much.
Wait, how many total minutes
Keith Urban and what's his face, Blake. I'm just like, and this woman like cowboy kicking on stage. Like, I still don't know. Is the show reality TV? I think so. I don't know. I don't know how I still don't know what it's about entirely, but I could probably recite to you the whole trailer from memory at this point, so that I can vote for Rachel 90 times a day. And she lost. I did so much work. I did it. And I know that this isn't how life works and that it's not up to me, but somehow Keanu won like 65% of the vote. What was everybody doing? Why am I the only person voting for Rachel 9 times a day? 65%?
I want to know what percentage of her votes were Jess.
So many.
Okay, you guys. This is who Jess is as a person.
You give me a task and I will do it.
Like, she is so dedicated and so intense when it's like something she really fucking cares about. And so I don't know. I just had to share that because it's one of my favorite things about her, and you're really seeing it right now.
Thank you.
And Rachel was lucky to have you in her corner.
Thank you. Damn. Anyway. Ugh. My stomach still hurts. But Ashley won, so we're gonna be okay. I'm gonna make it.
Okay, you are. This was okay. We're gonna finish this up so Jess can go lay down. But this season was a wild ride.
So wild. And I am so glad. Like, I feel stupid sometimes. Like, I don't tell people to watch Big Brother because I don't know. It's a wild show, right? But I'm so like, I'm really reveling in the fact that finally after 2 years, you got to experience a good Big Brother season.
I did. You know, in the beginning, I felt like there was a couple times where we were like, what is this cast doing?
I know.
Should we stop watching?
Yes, I was ready to stop watching. I mean, I kind of half did when Rachel got eliminated.
I know, but even before that, when
It's
everyone was
true.
nominating the same people over and over
and
again,
putting their allies up on the block and
And-
all the good people were going home.
nobody wanted to get their hands dirty.
I know. And then it like completely turned around and it has been nonstop absurdity for weeks.
Yeah.
Up until literally the last moment. Ashley did an incredible job. I just have to speak to this of manipulating the shit out of Morgan and Vince. Like, that did not, I'm so sad that this season didn't, like, the one thing that I think the producers really missed out on was really showing how brilliant Ashley was. And I'm sad we did not get to see any of her manipulation of those two in the past like 48 hours because it was a masterclass.
I'm sad too, and I'm bummed. I just briefly want to touch on this, but I'm bummed that we have a production crew that wants to cater a game to the Keanus and not show the brilliance of the Ashleys. And
Yes.
Jess and I were talking about like how do we keep Big Brother relevant? How do we keep it fresh? I feel like now there are so many other shows kind of competing for this space, like Traders being really big, and now there's all these new shows. And Survivor and Big Brother are some of the oldest reality TV shows still being shown.
Yeah. And I just am sad that production has not adapted because it's still such an incredible premise. And even under horrible production standards, we still get seasons like this. Imagine if we had a thoughtful group of people who gave the show the attention that it deserves and didn't pull bullshit like making competition skewed towards athletic men.
Yeah, I don't know, it's hard because on the one hand, I do think that Big Brother is one of the more diverse reality TV casts, but at the same time, we were talking about how it could be even more diverse as far as like,
Morgan, I think, might be the oldest woman to have ever won, or if she had won, would have been the oldest woman to ever win the show. You guys, I thought Morgan was going to win it. I was ready to say that. But if she had won, she would have been the oldest woman to win at 34 years old.
okay, so that in and of itself is a reason that the show needs to change.
Yep.
I think that this could be a house full of 21 to 60-year-olds.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know, I can go 60. But
Imagine more old people who got up at like 5 a.m. to do shit. Eat it, assholes who stay up till 5 a.m. Like, it would be so cool to see a group of older people like strategizing in the early hours of the morning over
Yeah.
their coffee. More Felicias and Cerise.
Totally. I don't know. I think that we're seeing shows like The Bachelor who, The Bachelor was the number one romantic reality TV show for so long. And now all of a sudden it's competing with all these Netflix shows, these Hulu shows. And so we see them having a new production company for BIP. We see them, having Taylor Frankie Paul as the Bachelorette. They're having to make bigger moves in order to maintain their viewership and their ratings. And even though Big Brother kind of has a cult following, I think it kind of needs to start making some moves to be a little bit more culturally relevant. And with the live feeds and everything, I actually feel like it's a very socially engaging show.
I know. It's wild to me that the best part of the show is the part of the show that the show doesn't lean into at all.
Yeah.
Like, you should be going gangbuster on like pushing the feeds. They're the best part and they're what make the show incredible, and they don't use them. I don't get it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a lot of knowledge about ratings. I don't know buddy who watches except for like you and I at this moment.
Well, I
So,
did
like,
look it up.
you did? Okay.
Survivor crushes Big Butter. Big Butter.
Big Butter.
The Butler. No. Survivor crushes Big Brother in viewing.
That does not surprise me.
No. So let's see. Survivor consistently outperforms Big Brother in viewership, with recent seasons of Survivor averaging about 4.5 million views compared to Big Brother's lower averages of 2.7 to 4.9 million. Let's see. While Big Brother has a strong online presence due to its live feeds, Survivor maintains higher total viewership and a more established, broader fan base.
Yeah, I think Survivor, right, is able to. I don't think it divides its fans the same way that Big Brother does, because for Big Brother, you've got casuals and then you've got live feeders. And I think it's really hard. Like, at a certain point, I stopped watching the television show because I don't want to deal with the way that it is overproduced. And so I think Big Brother misses out on a lot of people who tap out because of that. Whereas with Survivor, if you're into Survivor, you have to watch. There's no other way to do that. And I think that because of that, Survivor oftentimes is able to tell a better story.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just unhinged because Big Brother has so much content. They're filming 24/7. Like, how is it that Big Brother can't tell a better story? Well, it's because production F's it up all the time.
Yep.
So I don't know. That's such a weird. I don't know. Just weird. It's dumb. Hate it. It's embarrassing to be a Big Brother fan.
Except we're here for it.
Because it's so good.
It really is the best competitive show on reality television.
Totally. And it's got even more potential, and you kind of watch it for these moments. You watch it for these seasons when you've got the dark horse that like literally week 1, because she took a 30-minute long shower, everybody's pissed at her and it becomes known as Showergate. And she goes on to win the season.
I just, I think Traders is fine and we can continue covering Traders, but comparatively, Traders is like reality TV on training wheels compared to Big Brother.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yeah,
It just is.
I know. Ugh, Big Brother. So good and so bad sometimes, but this time, thankfully, really good.
Yay!
Ah!
Congratulations, Ashley.
Yes, that was so well deserved. Incredible.
Okay, well, that's another season in the books. We're going to figure out what we're going to cover, and you'll hear from us soonish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye. Mama Bonded is produced and hosted by Jessica Brumbaugh and Mandy Booth. Graphic designer is Pigeon House. Special thanks to everybody who has downloaded and listened to us. We are so, so grateful for your support. Thank you.